Welcome to AD Gaming's Command & Conquer Remastered Tournament, the Season 12 Titans Tournament. It's the winner's final, part 1, between, in the red it is Relentless, so that is CriticalMeds as GDI versus, in the yellow, the one and only Twizzy as Nod. Alright, it's on Aeron's Divided Conquer. And, well, we've got, like, a river over here. And we don't have someone who, like, tries to go in here with the construction yard to start. I still don't understand why someone tried that, but they did. And, you know what? And that was fun. Anyways, triple ref over here. And we've only got 2 refs over here. Does that mean that Twizzy has fallen off and is slow, or are they going for an early airstrip? That is my question. Considering the fact that, like, we've got 4 refs over here, yeah, they probably are going just for airstrip. Would only make sense to me. Anyways, right now 42 KD and indeed airstrip it is. Now with like double silo over here in order to spider to the middle, maybe? Because, yeah, well, placing a ref for like this tiny field is not the most sensible. And CriticalMeds with no real scouting, not on the construction yard at least. Alright, there are the 2 little silos. Might see a third. Maybe not, maybe we will. I don't know. Anyways, eco right now like 3,000 ahead for CriticalMeds, indeed it is. So that is quite significant, but now with the 3rd refinery in the middle, a very efficient one, with like entrance on the south, like south side Tiberium. That is of course always great to see. And over here, well, harvesting with like 4 rafts, does have War Factory now. And well, this should still be ahead and will stay ahead in eco. However, if the construction yard here goes down, which it shouldn't, but if it does, or the War Factory, that is still a very significant loss. War Factory will go down. Will it? Yes, it will. Alright, there it goes. 2nd War Factory already to replace it with. Though that would have been a very aggressive 2nd War Factory, honestly. After 4 rafts? Okay. A little bit strange to me, honestly. But, okay. You had it in your back pocket, which is very nice, because now you don't actually lose your tank production for a significant amount of time. You do still lose the 2,000 you would have had otherwise in cash, but you don't actually lose the production. 2nd run though, there come the buggies, and that's still a significant number of buggies. There is a very squishy War Factory. Is it going down? No, because it is not being focused. Another one, okay. It feels like a rush, but like you've got no cash, because it is your 3rd. 4 refineries aren't able to keep up the production of a single War Factory, right? Maybe just barely, but like... Going double War Factory? It feels like it shouldn't work. I mean, you are ahead by like 5,500 in eco harvested, so maybe, but nope, there it goes. It's dead again. 2nd War Factory is now also gone. No construction yard, so you can't exactly buy a new one. And that seems like the 3rd also goes down. There it is. That means you've only got 2 barracks. Your entire strategy seems to have failed you. Going into a like relatively early War Factory the 1st time, immediately going for a 2nd and a 3rd. And what do you have to show for it? 8 tanks total? Ooh. Anyways, well, Grenadiers are strong, don't get me wrong, and it's not as if CriticalMeds is not good with the Grenadier micro. Minigunners also have a pretty decent damage output. And this push is still quite scary, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's still 6 tanks. with support. Not the easiest thing to stop. And over here we do have like double airstrip, but no construction yard, so we will not see any turrets. Turrets normally being, of course, a good way to stop medium things. Or like vehicles in general. There goes the airstrip, and ooh! All of a sudden, production on this side is also going down. Only one hand of north and one airstrip. These forces could still just push forward, but they have to watch out for those flamethrowers. A lot of grenadiers could die with just a couple of shots, just like that. But there goes the hand of north. It is dead. And how are you going to keep that airstrip alive? Are you going to keep that airstrip alive? Well, the tanks are not engaging. Now oh, I feel like this is a bad choice. Maybe it wasn't intentional, but like these grenadiers, not actually going for the airstrip. Ooh. I mean, you know it's the only thing they've got, right? Ooh, well, kinda not. You don't know if they have something scary in the back of their base. You might assume they don't, but you don't know. On the other side, you do still have like double barracks, and those should stay up. Now with no production, I can't see a world where Twizzy wins this match. Honestly, just 2 little refs are left. That's it. GG. Game 1. Back and forth, but it goes to CriticalMeds. With 18,500 harvested for Twizzy and 29,700, so 30,000 for CriticalMeds. Game number 2. It is between Relentless, CriticalMeds in the red once again, versus Twizzy now in the blue. Twizzy still as Nod, CriticalMeds still as GDI. So that means that, well, purples, we've seen it before, we've seen the Nod versus GDI, we've seen CriticalMeds move down with the construction yard. I'm just going to ask you to subscribe to the channel, and after that we can just continue with this game. Alright, let's do that. Now, a couple of grenadiers moving out, slightly slower start of course for CriticalMeds since they had to move that construction yard. And because of that, Twizzy is almost an entire refinery ahead. That's quite significant, but the idea of this is, of course, get to these fields faster. They're more efficient fields, since they're like Southside Tiberium fields, and they are a lot bigger, so they will stay efficient for longer. That's the idea, and they're already quite close. One silo, and then you have like one right there. Or just going for it immediately, and it will be like this, kind of. Anyways, that's like double ref. There is the third. Indeed, with one silo, it could have been one lower down, which probably would have been better. No, I'm sure it would have been better. But of course, spending the time to get a silo and all that, spending cash for a silo, even though it's not a lot, is still something. And that's probably not what you want. Anyways, triple ref on this side, triple on the other side as well, but there is the fourth already. Twizzy, there it is, with airstrip once again after 3 refs. The most sensible strategy, most likely. I mean, we've seen it so many times. And Mad now with some decent scouting. Scouts the power plant. Knows about it and gets the scouting by having their grenadier shot at on the Apache as well. So a lot of expensive buildings, a lot of like army buildings for Twizzy. So Eco will be a little bit delayed. Is now on 4 ref versus 4 ref on this side as well. But spending like 2k and 1500. So yeah, that is quite expensive. Of course, well, CriticalMeds also got the 2000 for their war factory. But still should be somewhat faster with like the 5th ref over here. At least that would make a little bit of sense. No, actually it is Twizzy who's faster. Just barely, but they are. And is Twizzy going to be annoying and sit in front of entrances, or are they just going to be scouting right now? Seems like scouting for now. And they do now know about the war factory, they know about the first medium tank, second medium tank as well. And they've got quite a good number of buggies actually. Is it going to be enough to like snipe buildings like last game? I wouldn't assume it's enough to snipe the war factory or construction yard, but they could do some heavy damage over here. Might be able to snipe one refinery, though doesn't really look like they're going to be able to do that because of the barracks and the medium tanks moving in. Well, the barracks is stationary, but like the infantry moving in. This is not a moving barracks. Anyways, might be like toying with the idea to go in here. But that should not really work, right? I mean, the Apache is doing some damage to it, which does force Meds to like repair it. Of course, because otherwise, well, with a second or the third Apache run, or even just a couple of buggies or bikes, it would go down. But no, not happening. But it is now repaired. Well, now repaired. Right. A lot of buggies this. Ooh. This is like not that many medium tanks. Like 5 total. Twizzy has like decent eco, like 5 rafts. This is the 6 on the side for Meds, who is like ahead by like 4,000 eco. But, well, will once again have to repair their war factory. Does now have a second one. So they should be able to up their production by a significant amount. Not double, but a significant amount, I would say. And there goes the construction yard. That does mean that the war factories are now even more of a target. Yeah, even more of a target for Twizzy than they already were. Just because now they can't rebuild them. But, well, that's a lot of very heavily damaged buggies. But still, moving into that war factory. Apache coming in as well. No, it's not finished off. Oh no, no, Apache. You're supposed to like cooperate with your buggies. You're literally now letting the war factory survive. Ouch. Twizzy, you could have easily killed at least one of those. Anyways, over here, well, a refinery does go down. That's very nice. And there are still a couple of tanks, a little bit of support. And bikes are not exactly good against those grenadiers, but there weren't that many, and there were still like 2 buggies. So they were able to hold on there. Medium tanks now moving back, moving forwards. Alright, a lot of infantry which just doesn't do anything. However, like, how is Twizzy going to stop this push? Airstrips are now under fire. One of them is almost dead. Come on, finish it off, please. There it goes. That's dead. One bike. This one could very easily be targeted as well. And, well, it's not, but, yeah. GG. Game 2 also goes to CriticalMeds, who had 38,000 harvested versus the 30,000 for Twizzy. Game number 3 between Twizzy in the yellow. Playing as Nod versus... in the red, it is Relentless CriticalMeds once again. Once again also moving their construction yard, which is a little bit interesting. I'm pretty sure we've seen Twizzy move their construction yard to like this-ish position like twice already this tournament. And yet this time it is CriticalMeds who moves their construction yard and Twizzy doesn't. GDI indeed versus Nod for Twizzy. Alright. Does mean that CriticalMeds will once again be behind in eco at the early stage because of the extra movement. And honestly, on this map, it does make a little bit of sense because this isn't exactly the ideal starting space either. But yeah, like, you're like close to this field, this one and this one. So moving does make some sense, but getting back to this one will take quite a long time. If you're even going to get there. Honestly, I don't think so. And Flamethrower doesn't actually pull it off and like, oh no, Twizzy. Okay, there is the airstrip. A very early one after just 2 little refineries. Most of the grenadiers over here do go down. But already, oh, that's a very much in danger refinery. Refinery will go down, harvester will stay up, okay, sure. Killing the little bit of infantry, and what are you going to do next? Not actually attacking all that much. Harvester runs over all of them. And Twizzy's base is kind of safe. Does now have like a second ref with a third harvester. But still, I mean, over here, like, ooh, that's, ooh. 3 refs on that small field? Okay, sure. Also, like, what's your defense like? You've got 5 grenadiers, 3 minigunners, another 3 coming in soon, maybe. But you don't have anything. Scouting now for Twizzy is pretty okay. And, well, Twizzy is being forced back, which is fine. But now they are able to, like, launch an attack here. Like, 6 buggies. Some of them are damaged, so I don't expect the construction yard to go down. And there's the war factory. Alright. Power plant under fire. 40 power left. 20 power. 0 minus. Yeah, there you go. A minus 30, 40, 50, 60. Minus 70 power. Yeah, minus 76 power for meds. Does mean that, yeah, you've got a war factory, but it's slowed down. Right, now you're in full production again. So, full steam ahead, because once again, you've got like some pretty good forces up against you. That's still like 8 buggies, some of them are damaged, okay. More of them coming in. And their eco, like, oh yeah, oh no. Are you able to pass through there? Okay, you are. Good. That's the nice thing about this side. You're just able to place 2 of them. You can't pass through, but at least they're able to get to the Tiberium. I'm pretty sure that had they not placed them like this in the minimap, on the minimap you can clearly see it, like they're staggered. Had they not done that, they couldn't actually pass through there, and they would have had to go all the way around. So good thing by Twizzy there. And war factory is gone. And where is that construction yard? Also gone. Well then. Twizzy does have 4 harvesters, but only 2 refineries. And meds, what are you going to move into next? Double airstrip for Twizzy once again. Going for construction yard, alright, and another shot, and it's gone. There it goes. Was not actually like successfully sold off. And what's up next? Well, nothing for those grenadiers, because they all go down to those flamethrowers. 2 little medium tanks left. Shouldn't be able to handle like this many forces from the enemy. But power plant will just barely be cleaned up. 1 tank does go down in the process. But that's minus 40 power for Twizzy, who has flame tanks unlocked. This is someone who is only able to produce infantry. These medium tanks, these 2, have to do a lot of work. They have to focus on those flame tanks, and yeah, flame tanks aren't good against them, but yeah, well, medium tanks, they really have to just kill those, because otherwise all of the grenadiers will go down. 1-2, that's 1 ball. That's 2 flame tanks now, but hey, there still goes one of the airstrips. Running over, and boom, boom. Flame tank gone. Kill this thing now. You've got a lot of things left over. Kill it with fire, or like without fire, because, well, fire is a not thing, of course. But you've gotta kill that. Well, both of the production buildings, of course. And your tanks are still alive, so you do still have a good chance. I mean, Twizzy can still buy flame tanks. Rocket soldiers, honestly, not the worst thing against flame tanks. They outrange them. So yes, they do go down very quickly. But hey, if you just outrange the flame tank and you have enough rocket soldiers to kill it in an alpha shot, they're not too bad. But alright. That should be the end of the airstrip, and if it is, then that's also the end of game 3, which will go to CriticalMeds. There it goes. Yeah, CriticalMeds is now on match point, 3-0. It's a best of 7, So Twizzy has to do something. Eco 28,500 versus 19,000 in favor of CriticalMeds. Game 4 on Elevation. One of the most standard maps, and we've got Twizzy in the yellow. This is in the red, it is CriticalMeds, playing as Relentless still. Both moved their construction yard up. Into like a very standard position, and this time around it's a GDI mirror, alright. With a faster start for Meds and another point. Oh, that's a more efficient harvester as well. This one compared to this one. Alright, Twizzy, I hope you know what you're doing, because this one isn't exactly optimally efficient either, in my eyes at least. So good luck, you need it. CriticalMeds is on match point, remember? 3-3 in ref count, still very even there. 5 power, now 105. Twizzy with 5 power into 105. Alright. Scouting, is that going to be a thing? Well, it is a thing. It is most certainly a thing, but neither player really has a lot of good scouting. There is refinery number 4, and there it is as well. Still really even like that. Grenadiers are able to push through here, so, well, Twizzy could get some scouting out. And if they do, they might be able to snipe that construction yard at some point. And, well, there is another barracks just to defend, but Twizzy knows about your construction yard. Not that the position itself matters all that much, but now they could possibly go for an Orca switch and snipe it like that. The other option is, of course, that, well, Meds expects that, and perhaps some rocket soldiers, in which case they wasted a lot of cash. And oh yes, they are indeed doing that. There comes the weapons factory for Twizzy, so not going into an Orca switch, at least not yet. Meds still expanding, very nice to get all of that eco. And you know what, yeah, weapons factory, it's not exactly the worst thing to have your rocket soldiers against either, of course. So prepping a couple isn't the worst thing, but like, oh, there are 300 each. You've got 6 of them, that's 1800 already. Almost as much as a war factory in cost. Okay. On the other side though, well, that's scouting from Meds, and if they want to, they can now punish Twizzy a lot. Start throwing grenades. But they're not doing it. There they kind of go, but that's just to the units. A little bit of a waste. Could have done some real damage there, I feel. And over there, well, Grenadiers did a lot of damage, but the Grenadiers for Relentless, for CriticalMeds, do in fact keep that refinery alive. Thanks, that's 5 of them now. Alright. But you need to use them. Yes, you do have 2 war factories, but that's only 5 refs. Versus 7 with Orcas. Orcas are not exactly countered by medium tanks, since, well, you either need flying medium tanks, or ones which are like on an angle, because otherwise they don't hit up. Of course, we don't have like 3D in this game, except for like flying units, so no, they're never going to hit those Orcas. Unless the Orcas sit down on the pad, but that's another story. Right. Orcas shooting, and rocket soldiers also shooting at those medium tanks. Not being ran over, so actually not doing too bad. On the other side, well, the rocket soldiers, no, the Grenadiers did a very good job over there for CriticalMeds. And did in fact force a, like, well, destroyed that construction yard. Now over here, couple of orcas moving in, do a lot of damage, has to be repaired. Twizzy does have cash, so they can also repair. But yeah, still not great. And if CriticalMeds wants to, they could still move in there with the second volley with their orcas, though they kinda need them at home indeed. Oh, wasting a lot of rockets, because they have a lot of them, but that's going to be a very dead construction yard. You also don't want to sell it early, because, well, for one, they still had a building left, and also that would allow the tanks to, like, start going down and kill those orcas. Because one orca has already died. Another orca cannot sit down on its pad, now it does, and now it's dead. That's why it couldn't do that. Second pad gone as well. Rocket soldiers doing a pretty okay-ish job, maybe? And, well, the orcas sitting back because they can't land. Medium tanks are being shot at quite a lot by rocket soldiers and grenadiers and all that. And, well, spamming your, like, up and down with your orcas, maybe that's, like, able to, like, dodge a couple of shots. And all of the medium tanks go down. Only one helipad survives, which is a bit annoying, of course. And how are you going to deal with the medium tanks? They've still got double war factory. You can't be sniping them anymore with your orcas because you don't have enough of them. And what, they just run over, and that's one barracks gone already. Eco is good, don't get me wrong, you're 7,000 ahead in like the total harvest, but there goes one of your refineries. And the second barracks also goes down. Right. What's your production like? 4 barracks, 1 helipad. Both of your orcas do have ammo, which is very nice. And you do clean up all of the units up north, but like, how are you stopping these tanks? That's 7 tanks. Orcas, move. Kill and move, or do both. And that's orca number 3, with full ammo but already dead. 1200 down the drain, no more helipads, which means that, well, you can just unload now. Because you're not... No, don't sit down. Oh, this hurts a lot. Yes, micro is hard, I know, but also, is this a ghost? No, it's not. Okay, it was just waiting for that to go down. And, alright, well, that's another orca dead. Meds is moving in on the other side as well, but like... The tanks, you can't stop the tanks. You can't. It's just impossible. I don't see it happening, at least. Like, if this barracks goes down, which it will, then it's like double barracks production. Eco is all like inefficient, except for like this one maybe, but like, even that's not exactly great. So Twizzy finally gets a game. 3-1. Eco of 50,000 for CriticalMeds and 44,000 for Twizzy. Is the reverse sweep incoming from Twizzy? Twizzy over here in the yellow. Versus in the blue. In the blue. This is clearly red. I'm not colorblind. Well, seems like I am, but I'm not. In the red, Relentless, CriticalMeds. And both moving into the middle. This is going to be a possibly like crazy match. Maybe we definitely could see a crazy match. Since, yeah, both are very close to each other. They are about to scout. And they know. Well, Twizzy knows. CriticalMeds does not know yet, technically. They might assume so, just because of how many grenadiers they see. And they've really got to start spamming, both of them. Double production for CriticalMeds, so they should have a pretty good job, or like, pretty good chance early on. And Eco is like even as well. There is the second barracks now for Twizzy. And second ref for both as well. Alright, these refs seem slightly more efficient to me, but they're both on the same field, which could hurt them later on. Compared to like having them split over here. That's refinery number 3. Where are you going? It has to be either here. Oh, wow. Communication center? It doesn't give you commando, does it? No. No, but don't believe it does. And there goes the construction yard. Only 3 barracks for critical meds. And, well, Twizzy doesn't have 3 barracks yet, but they can still build them. And they technically could build outposts, though they're not as good as you might hope. That's a... Oh, advanced guard. That makes a lot more sense, of course. Yes, that is a lot stronger. But only 1 will be created, and is it going down? It could very well go down. But it doesn't. Not yet, at least. Means that production could, or at least should. Should it? Yes. It should be better for critical meds. Having 3 barracks versus just 2. And eco is like 2 refs versus 2 refs. So, yeah. The later this goes, I feel like this could be better for meds, just because they have more production with like more efficient eco. But that guard tower really could throw a wrench in their plans, just because you can't really access these barracks. You have to kill the power plants, but even those are a bit difficult to access. Offensive harvester over here now for Twizzy. Intentional or not? Yes it is, because it's blocking the entrance. And meds with no eco. Harvester 1 is full, this one is halfway full. Has to go in now, because otherwise, yeah, no production. Actually behind in like 1 harvester. 1 harvest, right? So, kinda hurts them. And like still 2 harvesters are alive for Twizzy. Mad's now seemingly going to try and take down 1 refinery, maybe. But being chased by the harvester, being chased by a couple of grenadiers. Ooh. They might be able to access this power plant. Twizzy is on 80 power, so killing 1 is enough to take the advanced guard tower offline. However, then you first need to kill 1. There aren't exactly a lot of grenadiers on this side for Twizzy either, but you really need to, well, take some very good engagement here if you're mad. You don't. That's the problem. You have to go all the way around. You can't go through here. Twizzy can. That means that every single time you send units around, they can just access your base. They can get to your barracks. And they can possibly kill it. Selling the guard tower? I don't know if I like that. It gives you a little bit of cash back. And with a little, I mean like a significant amount. But like, it means that these units can now go through the middle. They can go directly into your production. Oh, I don't know. However, like, yeah, okay, now it's GG. Twizzy won it. Right, this is now 3-2 for critical meds. Since they don't have any eco, they might be able to produce 1 more grenadier if they sell this power plant, but then it's over. With the number of grenadiers they've got on the field, they shouldn't be able to win this. Twizzy is still able to harvest some Tiberium, so they're able to pump out some grenadiers. Twizzy has to win this, right? I feel like it, yes. I feel like they should be able to win this. Without any issues, maybe not. But they should be able to. Yes, this harvester can like crush however many grenadiers it wants to. Which wasn't a lot, okay. And this harvester could very easily go down as well. But even then, I mean, you can still sell multiple buildings. Whereas Mads has 1 minigunner, and they might have been able to get up 1 more grenadier, but then it would be over. Right, we're now on to game 6 in the best of 7, between Relentless, CriticalMeds in the red, versus Twizzy in the yellow. Is the reverse sweep going to happen? I don't know. Maybe it is. Somehow Twizzy just won the last 2 games after Meds was like pretty strong those first 3. And well, GDI versus GDI once again. Not exactly a lot to talk about there. Even the position, like sure, this is like less efficient harvest compared to this, but Twizzy decided to go there, so I don't see it's really mattering all that much, but this could matter. The game crashing. No, this could matter, the scouting. Oh, Grenadier moves too far north, and it does not get any scouting. Had it just gone right, it could have scouted that construction yard. Over here, well, Grenadier moving into the back of the base. Doesn't know about a lot, as in it doesn't know about anything. So it's not too bad, but now it's going down. You can't let that scout your construction yard, and it doesn't. It does not scout it. So that means that we've now got just a standard game, 4 refs, the 3. For now at least. Are you going to go for like 3rd ref on this field? Are you going for War Factory? What are you going for next? One thing I know for sure is that CriticalMeds is going for expand. They're going for British Empire. GDI strategies, as in get all of the eco, expand, expand, expand. Going now on to the northern fields. While already being ahead, now by 2 refs. However, War Factory as kind of expected. Scouting, once again, denied. Really nice for, well, nicely done by Twizzy. Also nice for Twizzy that CriticalMeds does not actually have any scouting. Or at least not significant scouting. Like, they don't know about the War Factory, they don't know about the construction yard. So the War Factory is still a little bit of a surprise. Double after 3 refs. Didn't I say like 2 games earlier, or like even the first game? That like, ooh, I find War Factory, especially like double War Factory after 4 refineries, I find quick. But nope, after 3. You've got 3,500 to spend on a rush. Let's see it, Twizzy. I mean, last game you proved that in messy games, in like weird games, you are good. So let's see it. No view on those tanks. Do you know about the engineer? Engineer does go down, so no captures. Already? What? I mean, why rocket soldiers? I don't fully get that. I mean, now you definitely know better tanks. Rocket soldiers, no, they're not bad against tanks. But wouldn't, like, just your own tanks be better? Though, I guess this is a faster response when facing this many tanks. So does actually make sense. Also, 8,000 head, so yes, rocket soldiers are expensive for what they do. But you kinda had a cash. War Factory goes down, you do have 2 tanks yourself. But still, 4 tanks in your base, shooting at your construction yard. Another one moving in, driving over the rocket soldiers. Indeed, construction yard goes down. That means you're on just 4 barracks, because there is one here. 4 barracks versus a double War Factory and a barracks. Your eco is ahead, it will stay ahead, assuming like none of your harvesters go down. And yeah, well, more tanks moving in, that's another 6 tanks. Ooh. 2 of them are left over here, 2 for meds as well. Ooh, well, they are moving in over here with a couple of grenadiers. Might just be able to snipe. Need to be a little bit lucky with explosions and all that. Or rather, like, not be unlucky. But, okay, they are driven away by all of those units. And the second strike force moving in. you've got some units, but infantry can be driven over by tanks. It's an uphill battle, I'd say. If the barracks goes down, you're on just 2 barracks. This is double war factory and the barracks. That doesn't sound like a good thing. And that's because it isn't. Right. Over here, another barracks could very easily go down. 5 tanks on it, and that is most definitely enough. However, you've still got forces in the enemy base. What are those able to accomplish? Nothing. Nothing of significance, at least. And yeah, you do have forces over here. But still, enemies moving around with their tanks. You've got some forces here. You have to protect this with your life. And that's very difficult, because that means you're like in a fixed position. You can't really run with your infantry, which means that they're prime targets for squishing by tanks. Over here you are now moving in. You did get a refinery kill. Still 2 refs on this side and all of the harvesters. So that's not a big deal for Twizzy. It's not ideal, of course, but this is a way bigger deal. 4 tanks in your base, right on your barracks. Should probably have this one there, just because that way they really just can't spawn. And well, that's the last barracks gone. There is no production left for Meds. They've got to do it all with these forces. Otherwise, it is a 3-3 in a best of 7, so both will be on match point, because there is no like difference of 2. Because, you know what, no, I don't see it happening. You've got squishy rocket soldiers versus grenadiers. There's no shot you're going to do that. Unless 2 medium tanks are able to do the work of like 5. No, I don't see it, sorry. Nope, 44,000 versus 24,500 harvested in favor of CriticalMeds. Last match, for sure, it is Twizzy in the yellow as GDI versus Relentless in the red with a GDI. Moving into their like standard spot, Twizzy not actually moving all that much, so we'll have a faster start. Even as a GDI. And well, that does mean eco will also be better at the start. But CriticalMeds once again will try and get to this field early to get very good eco. GDI mirror this time, rather than a GDI versus Nod, which we had last time. Where Twizzy was not, of course. Where, well, back then, on the same map, on 4 pools, CriticalMeds won. Are they able to do it again, facing off against GDI? Is this spot so much better? Is this the OP spot? Or is just standard position, faster start, actually just better? We'll find out in this match. Because, yeah, I mean, it's a best of 7. This is game 7. It is the last one. And, well, 4 refs to 2. Only 2 refs? That's 3. Why do I feel like you were faster other times, Mads? I don't know. Anyways, Grenadiers out over here, a lot of them over here as well, but ouch, nope, that's significant. That's scouting, which Relentless CriticalMeds does not have. 5 refs versus 4, so Twizzy's still a little bit ahead right there. And now, CriticalMeds, are you going for the preemptive rocket soldiers? Are you doing that? Or are you not? Do you expect Twizzy to go into Walker? You did build the barracks very close to your construction yard, so I feel like that's to get very quick rocket soldiers out, but it doesn't seem like you're actually producing them. Since I'm not really seeing anything else being produced either, I do expect a war factory from you soon, and there it is for Twizzy. Right. Does mean that, well, Twizzy on 5 refs versus just 4 over here. Still ahead in eco. Is faster with their war factory. And will very soon also be at the south field. The entire idea is like being here first and like having the better eco because of that, because it stays efficient for longer. But right now, it doesn't look like it's working today, or at least not in this game. 4,000 ahead for Twizzy in total harvest, just because of that like extra refinery. And now you've caught up. But very soon we'll have one over here as well, which means that Twizzy should once again be ahead in eco then. But I'm not seeing it yet. Maybe they're going for the second war factory first? Could also happen. Yes, there it is. Okay. Still though, you've only caught up in ref count. Yes, it's efficient, don't get me wrong, that is certainly a thing. But you're not actually like... okay, now you're ahead in eco. For a while. You're starting to like close the gap, I guess. But you are on like 1 war factory versus 2. So the production for Twizzy will be a lot better. Not double, because look, they can't afford that. But it will be better. Now there is their like 6th. Yes, 6th. Ref versus your 6 as well. So you really have to profit from that like efficiency on your refs compared to those of the enemy. And this hurts. That's 5 tanks on your construction yard. No tanks of yours are close. You're actually giving it up. Selling it off. Okay, that's very nice. Moving into the enemy base. You've got to snipe something because oh no. That war factory is not looking very healthy. And that's because it's dead. Most things which are dead are not looking very healthy. That's a problem. You lost your tank production. You lost your building production. You're once again on just infantry versus whatever Twizzy wants. Twizzy can go into medium tanks, they can go into mammoth tanks if they really want to. They can build their own infantry. Orcas, not that I would really expect that right now. And, well, rocket soldiers, just using them against the tanks, I mean, okay, not bad. But I do think it's better to just go for grenadiers to deal with the enemy grans. And over here, well, more medium tanks moving in. Surgically taking out all of the production. 2 refs left for CriticalMeds. And the eco is still like 3,000 behind. Push in front hasn't really been stopped, but it has definitely slowed down. Over here, triple medium tank still alive. Should make that 2 right there. Might be able to go for the next barracks, and it seems like they're trying to do that. And, well, medium tanks should now be cleaned up. What do they have left? An engineer, because of the sold off construction yard. Multiple medium tanks, like 4 of them total. And that's the end of the game. It is, in fact, the reverse sweep for Twizzy, with 38,700 harvested for Twizzy and 36,000 harvested for CriticalMeds. So winners finals goes to Twizzy, but now CriticalMeds will have to face off against the winner between AOD Gaming and Jamie in order to try and face Twizzy again. So well done that you made it this far into the video. Consider watching the video in your lower left, but that's all I'm going to have for you today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. I asked if Twizzy was washed. They clearly weren't.